Now at 5, new information about the shooting last night that killed a man and injured a U.S. Marshal. Good evening. We first broke the news of the shooting on Wayne.com, and overnight reporter Rod Hissong followed it all morning. News Channel 15's Elizabeth Fields picked up the story for us today and joins us live from the Eden Green Apartments tonight. You have new information, Elizabeth.
That's right, Heather. We now know who the U.S. Marshals were trying to serve the warrant to and why. We brought the mobile newsroom here earlier in the day to see the scene, and as you can see, it is about the same as it was then. We still have some cop cars, and we still have the police tape up. But what's different now is that we now know a lot more about what happened inside Building 4B when the Marshals came face to face with their suspect. Last night around 11:30, 3 U.S. Marshals and 3 Fort Wayne officers went to serve a federal warrant to 26-year-old Marcus Hayden.
They knocked, they announced their intention verbally many times, and when the door wasn't opened, they breached the door and made entry.
Indiana State Sergeant Ron Gallivis says that's when it turned from a dangerous situation into a potentially deadly one.
They were met with a number of gunshots from down the hallway, one of which struck one of the deputy marshals in the lower right leg.
Police say Hayden held on to his gun and jumped from an upstairs window, but once he got on the ground, he ran into more police.
He was met and engaged by an officer from the Fort Wayne Police Department who ordered him multiple times to drop the weapon. It's said through the investigation that Hayden verbally refused and was shot by this police officer.
But according to police, Hayden didn't stop there.
He ran a very short distance before collapsing, and even as he was being taken into custody, he was still combative. During the ambulance ride to the hospital, it was said that he was combative with the medical personnel.
Hayden died earlier this morning at a hospital. The U.S. Marshal, who has not been identified yet, was also taken to the hospital. He went into surgery and is now reportedly recovering.
This incident goes to show that law enforcement, there's no routine warrant service, no routine traffic stop, nothing routine in the field of law enforcement.
You can see now that police officers are taking down that tape that surrounded 4B since last night around 11:30, but the investigation is going to continue. The Indiana State Police are involved now because it's Fort Wayne's police protocol when a suspect dies from police gunfire. We also learned that Hayden was being served a bench warrant for not showing up in court. That's why the U.S. Marshals were here. His autopsy was finished up this afternoon, and the official coroner ruled that he did die from his gunshot wounds. Reporting live tonight from the Eden Green Apartments, I'm Elizabeth Fields, News Channel 15.